Morning, everyone. It's Hensley from Blue Chip. Thank you very much for joining us for today's webinar. So we have George Anthony, the Managing Director of LTS, who joins us to be the presenter of today's webinar. So we will have the presentation starting probably just in 1 minute. So we just give another 1 additional minutes for a few more audience to jump in. So please just sit tight and we'll get started really soon. Okay, so we just had a few more guys jumping in just in the meantime. So we should probably just get the presentation start straight away. So just for those who just jump into the room, my name is Hensley. I'm the BDM from Blue Chip Infotech, and I have George here, who is the Managing Director from LTS. So George will be our main presenter today to talk about the LTS company and the product and the most recent technologies from the brand. And we'll also have a little discussion around how we can help you with LTS brand with your business. And we have a quiz time at the end. So during the presentation, feel free to use the GoToWebinar sections. You can use the question section to ask your question. Whenever you have a question, just feel free to type your question in, and we will have a question and answering section at the very last of the presentation. So just sit on time. So I have George here, so I'll pass the microphone to you, George.
Good morning, guys. Thank you, first of all, to Hans and to Blue Chip for organizing this webinar. And it's a great opportunity to show you what we have and what we've been selling here in Australia for the last 10 years. And I'd like to take this chance just to thank you guys for this this space, and look forward to speaking to everyone and showing you guys what we're all about. So we're ready to go now, Hans. So we can start the slide, or
yeah, let's go.
Okay. I'll just turn this camera off. Okay, so basically, if you're not aware of who LTS is, we're a large OEM systems provider based in the US. We've got a whole bunch of guys that we work with out of California. Our headquarters are in California, and we've got branches all through the East Coast and the West Coast. We've got a whole bunch of different vendors that we actually OEM for as well. So we grab a whole bunch of hardware and we put our own software over the top, and also we modify the hardware for the US and international requirements. So here's just a few examples of some of the branches. We've got about 20 branches in the States, and we've got 3 offices in Australia currently. We basically operate, our slogan is video solutions for security professionals. So basically we're an exclusive brand that specialize in security and video security. There are a various array of other products that we do, including wireless and alarms and things like that. But the main focus is video, CCTV, intercoms. So these are some of the slides which I like to show to you guys. which include some of the solutions that we provide in addition to just your standard cameras and NVRs and all that sort of stuff. We do face recognition, so we've got face recognition terminals. We also do some license plate recognition. We have some dedicated license plate cameras together with our VMS. We've got a VMS called XVMS. That's a license-based VMS program. We also have a free version which is called MVMS v3. So that integrates to all of our products such as your face rec, your license plate recognition, intercom, access control, and various other products. We also do some solar products. So we've just launched this lithium solar solution. It's a turnkey solution. You can put any camera system or any type of camera system on it, as including, you might have access control, or you might have a gate solution, intercom. It's basically got a 12 or 24 volt DC output, and it's a lithium based battery that's built into the back of the product. The beauty about this product is you can modify it for anything you need, and it's a very easy to deploy system that can be expanded on, and you don't need to buy anything else additional. It's got the controller built in and all that. As I mentioned before, we also do an array of different intercom products. So we've got the video doorbell, the commercial doorbell, which we've got on in the prize draw later on, which Hans will talk about. We've also got the commercial doorbell, commercial modular intercom system, which is basically your you can adjust it how you want. You can have a keypad or MyFair reader, and you can change and swap modules according to your solution. And that can work from your standard residential home all the way up to your commercial high rises. And some of the other solutions which we have are the LTS people counting camera, which also integrates into our VMS and free VMS, which can be used for counting people in shopping malls or various other applications that you need to count ins and outs for fire regulations, or just to know how many people have come and left. One new product which I haven't actually mentioned to the guys at Blue Chip that we're launching later on this year is this slimline wall mount cabinet that we've designed here, and we're going to be manufacturing here in Australia. This is a versatile slimline wall mount cabinet that we're going to basically have 4 different options. You can simply install a bare bone bracket, which you just install the NVR on, and a lot of the time in sites with installers, they just leave the NVR on a bench, or they don't have anywhere to put it. With this solution, you can quickly put a small, you can see it just here, it's this one here. You can put a small bracket on the wall, and you can mount both the bracket and the monitor off the shelf or off the ground, and it's just a lot cleaner to do it that way. And if you want to have it fully enclosed, we also have the slimline cabinet, which goes onto it. So it's modular, you can add to it if you want to, but it's a slimline. You don't need to have a big 600 wide or 600 deep, I should say, sticking out of the wall. It's nice and slim, and that's going to be, it's designed in Australia, and we'll be producing that here. So we have a conscious effort to start making more things here in Australia, and that's what we're going to be also focusing on. So why choose LTS? Basically, LTS, we offer we're an OEM solution. So basically, we OEM a lot of hardware from various manufacturers. It's a very deep level integration. So a lot of people say, oh, you're just rebadging. We're not just rebadging. We actually modify the hardware according to our requirements in the States. And because we have such a large presence in the United States, that allows us to do quite a lot with the hardware and the software. And we have less than a 1% failure rate. So the quality of hardware and software is very, very good. we have backwards compatibility with some vendors as well. We're still an OnViv member, while some other manufacturers that I can't really mention, but do not. We have a great level of service. Our guys offer an old school service. We like to get involved with our customers, and with Blue Chip as well. We're working closely with them and their customers to make sure that they're happy. And at the end of the day, we deliver a solution that works for their customers, because at the end of the day, if we keep your customers happy, then everyone's going to be happy. LTS is an international brand, so we've been on the international stage for quite some time. Not many people have heard about LTS, which is also, I'll explain in a bit more later on, how that can be used as a massive advantage, especially in the race to the bottom that a lot of the vendors are currently experiencing. LTS Australia, which is the business that I run, we're proudly Australian owned and run, so there's no international funding. Our servers are all here in Australia, so none of the video leaves Australia. So it's a safe product. And this is what I really want to step into and just explain how we go to market. Now, LTS is an exclusive brand sold in Australia. We don't open our products to your retail online vendors. As you know, there's a lot of overseas Chinese and various other vendors selling online to everyone, and the prices have just been going down and down and down, and the profit levels have been following that. So one thing in the US at the moment, LTS USA have much higher prices online, because they do have some large vendors that do sell LTS online, but the prices that they advertise are considerably higher than our trade prices. And what this does, for example, our 6 megapixel turret, which is our best-selling camera, currently the retail price, which I've got here, is $198 US, which translates to $282 Australian. You can jump online and you can check some of these prices, and that's what will come up. Now, our trade price, which is our price to our customers, such as our security customers, is $118. So what that means is, what that translates to is, when you're selling this product to your customers, you can, or they selling to an end user, if the end user does jump online and checks the price, which some of them do, they'll find the US dollar price, and then they'll get the impression that they're actually getting something that's of much higher value. And this is where it puts the power back into the installer. So it allows the installer or the integrator to judge that price more. And that's one thing which all this competition in the market has created, is the installer basically needs to go off the online price with the various vendors that advertise everything online these days, and the prices are going down and down and down. So this allows you to separate yourself from a lot of the local competitors in the market. You have an exclusive brand, and that's a great advantage that we've found, and it's working with a lot of our customers that we're dealing with from day to day, and that's what a lot of our customers choose us, because we don't open the doors. We're more of a traditional based security company. So I just wanted to also talk about one of the great things that we enjoy, which is the quality and the hardware that we produce. We have a very low failure rate, and I overlook a lot of what's coming in and what's going out, and basically how things are going in our business. And I have to say that every end of the year, we don't have much equipment that's coming back to us, and it's one of the best things with the quality, is you don't want to have a lot of hardware issues. Most of the problems that you face are usually when there's flooding, like we've had water damage to certain devices, and electrical damage, but that's, if they don't have a proper UPS installed and such. But we do pride ourselves, and we check everything out of the States, all the quality control that our guys do in the United States in designing the products, and then manufacturing, obviously, at the moment, all gets done in China, but everything gets shipped out from there under our strict regulations, and our quality tests come through LA and California. So basically, what does this mean to the integrator? It's we focus more on quality rather than warranty. Our products do come, all the Platinum range CCTV products do come with 3 years warranty. Besides some of the PDZs are 2 years warranty, our intercoms are 2 years warranty, and general accessories are only like 12 months. We do have some specialized products which you go into the higher, which we don't really advertise a lot of the special order products, but they do have 5 years warranty that we do offer. But our focus isn't really around the warranty, it's more or less around the quality. And what I really want to show you guys is, you know, a lot of people talk about there's 5-year warranty out there, but realistically, when you have a product that has great quality, you reduce the technician's labor time, the travel costs, and scissor lift hire. You know, this is really what is important, especially in CCTV. You don't want to be going back to site regularly. You want to really be going back to just doing updates and software updates and seeing if your customer needs anything else. And this is why we don't really focus too much on warranty. We focus more on the quality of our product, and that's one thing that I stand by, is that we have a very low failure rate. Now, just tell me if I'm going too quickly through these, Hans. I don't want to speed too fast, but I want to spend more time on these next few slides, which are some of the latest products which we've released, and talk about the integration that they have. So this brings me to our new motion detection 2.0. Now, you might have heard about this, but a lot of products now are releasing more artificial intelligence built into their cameras. We've recently released a range and upgraded, and we're still upgrading a lot of our platform, and we're going to be getting a lot more new products coming in towards the end of the year. A lot of everything gets verified through the States, so it does take a little bit longer for us to get it, but once we do get it, it's working very well. So this is called Motion Detection 2.0, and in a nutshell, what that does is it's the human and vehicle detection, and that's built in on the edge in the camera. And we have a couple of different megapixels available in that camera, and this is our best seller. This is the turret. They come in 6 megapixel and 8 megapixel, and they include the human and vehicle detection. To take advantage of those features, you don't necessarily need an NVR. They're built into the camera, so you can use those together with our LTS Connect app as a standalone, or you can also buy an NVR and then use the NVR to facilitate all the cameras together on the one in LTS Connect. So we have an app, and that's one thing I should have mentioned. We do have an app which integrates all of our products. It's called LTS Connect, and you can get all your push notifications. So when a human is detected, for example, it will send you a push notification straight to the phone, and then you can either view the live video or you can play back that scene. These cameras specifically also do have a built-in SD card slot, so you can record up to I think it's 128 gigabytes on your SD card. And we use these quite a lot with our solar solutions, because they're very low powered. So for solar, we can turn the infrared off and put it in low light mode, and that uses very, very little power. So that's great for solar applications. But in general, they use infrared. So the infrared turns on at night with this model, but they also are a low lux, low light camera. So that's one of our new models. We've got a whole bunch of those in different housings as well, such as the Bullet the varifocal dome. We've got a varifocal turret. We've got a whole array of many different cameras that will suit many different projects. And this is one thing that we work with in specific. We're working very closely with our customers and our partners to help them win projects. So having a lot of different products that in our lineup help us achieve those results. So a bit about the artificial intelligence, if you don't know, they basically use a deep learning algorithm, and that learns as it goes and basically eliminate false alarms. So the biggest problem that we've had in the past is with motion detection. It just basically works on the changing of the pixels, so your colors and your movement, and then that triggers a recording, and that can be an issue when you've got sunlight, when you've got wind, various other objects. They get recorded all the time, and you get push notifications that you don't want to see. Now with this new algorithm, it will only send you a notification or record. You can choose how sensitive and not sensitive you want it according to each application. It will send you a push notification accordingly. And that's a great feature that we can now use to do a lot of other things, such as, which I'll get into later, our Active Guard solution. Now, with the Motion Detection 2.0, this is just a screenshot of our NVMS v3, which is our free VMS. The new feature that they've incorporated into this software, I'm not sure if you can see down the bottom. I'll just see if I can point to it. You've got your human and your vehicle down the bottom here. This is the playback screen. So you've got, this is what you see on your NVR actually. You can also see this on your VMS, which is the next slide. But by clicking either human or vehicle, it then brings up these little red icons, which actually are those events. So then that's built into the recorder. So you get so much more functionality out of these things now, and you can quickly find what's important. And you don't want to be playing back through 24 hours worth of film just to find when somebody visited your house or when somebody stole something. You want to be able to get it pretty quickly. And that's one of the new features which is coming in, and that's all built into our NVRs. We've got a few different models from 4-channel all the way up to 128 channel. And we also do have a sub-series called the K series. The K series is basically a slightly cut back system in terms of it has a little bit of limitation in the AI functionality. The processors, if you relate it to an Intel platform, it's kind of like the i5. So your i7 is your platinum range. The K series is like your i5. So that's probably the easiest way to explain how that works. So this is our VMS. I'm not sure if you can see that really clearly, but you can do everything and have multiple sites all for free. So you don't have to pay for this VMS, the NVMS v3. You can do backup. You can export all your footage. You can see snapshots, and then you've got your target detection. So you can see this is actually, sorry, the target detection. That's on the NVR. You can, if you enable that, it gives you a live little snapshot of when a human comes into play or a vehicle. But the NVMS v3, just going back on that for a second, basically that has the ability to also manage your intercom solutions, your access control solutions. It's all integrated into the one PC software. We do have a Mac version as well. It's not as advanced as the PC software, but there is an option there for the Mac software. So I'll just move on to the next slide. So yeah, that's pretty much the motion detection 2.0. This is moving on to our LTS Active Guard. Now we released this earlier this year, and this has been very popular. We've got a few cameras that we integrate together with our NVR. It's a special firmware, so it's a special software that we need to install. It's not there's no cost involved. It's a free service, and it allows you to do video alarm monitoring on your existing camera, which has got the Active Guard, LTS Active Guard built in. So it's a specific camera which has a flashing light and audible alarm. So it incorporates that functionality with the AI, the human or vehicle detection, to then create an alarm activation. And the way it works is similar to your alarm system at home, but basically incorporates video that can be controlled via the LTS Connect app. We can also, using an NVR, you need an NVR for this to work as an video alarm system. You can automatically arm the camera from the app, so you can program it to turn on when you leave home and then to turn off when you arrive home, or your usual patterns. Or you can also program the alarm output of your NVR in a smart way to together with your actual alarm. So when you turn on your alarm at home, so if you've got a Nest alarm or whatever it might be, when you turn your alarm on, your Bosch alarm, then it automatically activates the Active Guard solution. And then basically the way that works is if somebody walks into that area, whether it's outdoors or indoors, it will send you a push notification, and this camera will start making noise and flashing lights to deter the person. So that's an active deterrence, and that's why we called it Active Guard, because it's always on, and it's there to alert and stop the bad guys from getting onto your property, and then letting the person know, or the owner know, or the management know that someone's there. So that's basically what all of our NVRs are compatible in the 8.6 series and an 8.9 series, which is our Platinum range. It just needs a special firmware, which we've got on our website. The guys at Blue Chip can help you out with that if you need, or we can help you out how to do that if you want to give it a try. And it's a free service. There's no ongoing costs. So with video monitoring today, you can spend quite a lot of money. This is all for free, built into the product. Yeah, I think that's haven't gone too fast, hopefully, for you guys. So I'll just move on to the next slide. Now, recently we just released our new Color 24/7 4K camera, which is now available to order. That is 8 megapixel, so 4K full HD. Ultra HD, and it also has your built-in AI human detection and vehicle detection. The Color 24/7, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but I'll show you a quick video we made. Hopefully we can play that. So that's just some footage that we shot with the Color 24/7, and that was all filmed on that camera. And the whole point is that we're able to see full color at night now with our CCTV cameras, which is a huge breakthrough in technology. And there's very little, if any, motion blur, which one of the problems we had with low light cameras, especially at night, is they do have a bit of motion blur when things are moving. But the technology and the lens and everything in this camera is just crazy. All the new commercial sites that we're working with, we're pushing this camera because you can see so much more at night. For intrinsic evidence, it's one of the most important things is being able to identify what someone's wearing, what color their shoes are, or if you can't see their face, the police need to know as much as they can, and that's what this camera allows you to achieve. So it gives you a 0.0005 lux, which is crazy low light. It's got a built-in microphone, and as well as 130 dB wide dynamic range. So you've got a great backlight compensation, built-in SD card, H.265 plus, as well as your human and vehicle detection. So you'll get those notifications if there's any humans or vehicles, depending on how you program it. Here's just a little bit of a snippet. We do have a 4 megapixel version, which is 2K, and the 8 megapixel. So with the 8 meg, you definitely get a very wide angle and clearer imagery. This is just a GIF. I think that's our US branch in, oh God, I can't remember which branch it is, but it's one of our US branches. It's a low quality GIF, so please excuse that. It's just to show you the difference of what you get day and night. And we're selling a lot of these for homes, mostly in they install them in the front. If you've got a little bit of light, such as a street light, and that's more than enough to give you full color at night. With infrared cameras, which we're still selling a lot of infrared cameras, but the issue you have is those long distance shots, you can't really see as much, but with this you can see all the way. And what I've found really fascinating is if you've got a full moon, it's basically like daylight. It's absolutely ridiculous what technology can do today. And this is my favorite camera. This is from some of our clients. This shot is at 5:52 p.m. So that's at his front yard. That's the 4 megapixel. This is another one with the 4 megapixel. This is back in 2020. So that's at 2 a.m. So you can see this guy here, he's got a white shirt, he's got jeans. You wouldn't be able to make those details out at night. And you can even see all the way to the left in the car park. And that's just from one street light. This is another example, just to give you the difference between infrared and color. With the color, you can see full across to the back. With the infrared, it's basically focused on the vehicle, and you can't see anything on the road. So there's some great advantages with the color 24/7. We've had a lot of testimonials from. This is just some of the testimonials that we've had from some of our customers. One of the crazy things that I heard was from our customer Nick in Tasmania. He still buys some 4 megapixel turrets off us, and he's replaced a lot of other vendors' 8 megapixel cameras. He's actually replacing 8 megapixel cameras with 4 megapixel LTS cameras, and he believes that they provide a better picture. And that came out straight out of his mouth, not mine. And David from Melbourne, he loves selling LTS because he gets more exclusivity in the market, and he can push something that he's confident with, and it's his own brand, so to speak. And Ash in Sydney, he's been using LTS now with us, and I know Ash personally actually, and he loves using our products, and it helps him separate from other companies. So just to recap, we've got state-of-the-art technology. We've got less than 1% failure rate. Together with Blue Chip, we'll offer us an exceptional after-sales service, and we offer products that are safe. They're top of the line in terms of your password protection and all that sort of thing. We don't allow people to basically get password resets. They have to come through us, and the products are all very, very secure in terms of cybersecurity. And we're backed by a US giant, which is probably one of the biggest things. You know, they do over 200 million a year with in-house engineering. So we've got a great offering. These are just some of the products that I've had in our presentation. There's so many more that we have, and I think that's really what we've got, a great price point. So we offer a great value for our products. We're a family-owned business too, so we're not a huge corporation. So we're definitely working to provide the best service that we can, because we're still growing here in Australia, and we want to work together with more good guys like yourselves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your time. I'll hand it back over to Hans now.
Thank you very much, George. I'll take over the screen from now.
Hope that didn't feel too much rushed, but I've covered quite a bit of things too. So I'll just do I have to?
Yeah, that's pretty good. So I think we all listen pretty carefully. It's pretty informative information about the LTS brand and the technologies. So just a reminder to everybody who's jumping a bit later. So feel free to use the question section of the GoToWebinar panel just to ask whatever question you have. Okay, so I've already got a few questions asked, I can see. So I'll take the slides from here. So after discussing about LTS, I just want to quickly just re-emphasize or just reintroduce Bluechip to whoever that is in today's webinar. So as you can see, these are all the brands that Bluechip represents in Australia as well as in New Zealand. So just to help you guys with a recap of why you want to deal with Bluechip when it comes to physical security, electronic security business. So Bluechip Infotech is one of the Australia and New Zealand's most trusted distributor. So we have a history with more than 20 years distributing IT hardwares and you name it, security products, cyber security, softwares. So we offer a very variety of verticals of products to all our IT and OT customer. So at the moment, Bluechip has got more than 100 staff across the whole country, and we also have a huge support team back in overseas as well. So we have 4 branches in 4 major cities in Australia, so Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, and Brisbane. And obviously Sydney is our headquarters, where we hold the majority of the stock, but we do have warehouse facilities in Melbourne, Perth, and Brisbane. So we're a pretty efficient team, and we're fast reacting, and we have a good technical team for both pre-sale and post-sale as well. So in regarding to electronic security itself, I'll give you a little bit brief of what we do to help the customer to become successful. So the ESI team, which stands for Electronic Security and Infrastructure. So we help the customer with any of the physical electronic security products. LTS is one of a major brand, and obviously we have other video surveillance and access control and alarm brand as well. So from the ESI team, we do pre-sale support. Anything related to design assistance, or if you need demonstration to your customer or proof of concept at the site with the end user, we can definitely help you with that. And for new customers, so especially who wants to touch on a new brand like LTS, if you never sold the product before, we're offering dedicated customer training, no matter it's a one-to-one or it's one-to-many. And we also have a mini enablement for certain technologies or products based on the requirements from the customers. And regarding the sales support side, we do fast quoting. We do have an SLA that we promise to send out a quote under 4 hours if it's very basic requirement for pricing and availability information. And if it's a major project with a long list of bill material, we do have a quick turnaround, which normally ended up with under a day. And we also help the customer with the credit approval. So our accounts team work very efficiently, try to help the customer set up the accounts. And just so you know, we also have an online portal that you can register as a blue chip reseller. So you can just feel free to jump online to quickly check the pricing of certain product you're after. And one last thing, under the sales support, we also do flexible freight options for customer. So obviously there are many choices for couriers and the shipping options. So we have many of the product that was purchased from overseas. So we do help the customer with the most suitable freight option for their requirements. And when it comes to post-sale, we do stock holding for majority of the electronic security products. And even if there is no stocks, just so you know, with LTS, for example, Josh's team, they have a warehouse in Sydney, so we do have quite a bit of stock availability from LTS local warehouse as well. So lead time for the LTS is always not going to be a problem. And we organize quick delivery. So if it's stock coming directly from the LTS warehouse, we can help with drop shipment as well, so just to expedite the shipment. So we also help with pre-staging services, just so you know. So for those who doesn't know the product very well, or for those who basically just pass on the goods, or if you don't have ability to be physically on site to configure them, we help with pre-staging with any of the information provided by the customer, such as IP addresses, password, hard drive initializations, and the motion detection settings, any of those settings that we can help with pre-staging, and just based on whatever you need, okay? And we do have in-house technical support, so we also got strong support from the vendor as well. So if it is a problem that we require the support from the vendor, so we always have a local team that we can rely on to. And RMA-wise, so we help you with any of the issues regarding faulty cameras, or regarding any of the the errors with the software that you're encountering with. We do the initial troubleshooting, and if the product is confirmed to be faulty, we help with RMA and advanced replacement organized for you. Okay, so it's just like a quick overview of what Blue Chip is doing to help the customer from the electronic security part. And now we've moved on to the quiz time. So just bear in mind, this is not the question and answer section yet. So on the EDM for the webinar, we do mention that everyone do have a chance to win one of the LTS Wi-Fi Commercial Doorbell. So what we're gonna do is that I will print a question on this page of the slides. So feel free to navigate to the question section of the GoToWebinar panel. So once you know that once you think that you know the correct answer of the question, just feel free to type in the answer to the question section, and whoever has answered the question and has answered the correct question correctly at the first person will be receiving this LTS Wi-Fi doorbell. Okay, so just so you know, it's a fully wireless doorbell that you have the ability to be able to have this doorbell to communicate with the mobile app directly. So there's no indoor answering unit that is required. It's a nice little unit with a pretty fancy design. So just get ready for the question. So I'm gonna display the question right now on this page. Okay, so in addition to human, what other type of object can the LTS Active Guard AI camera recognize? So George did mention about that on the earlier slides. All right, so we already have a few guys answer that. Yeah, we have Norman, congratulations, who answered the correct question. So other than human, we have vehicles, which is one of the other type of the project, one of the other type of the object that the LTS Active Guard AI camera can recognize. Okay, thank you, Norman. So we also got a few other guys, Mario and Lucas and Greg, who also got pretty much the correct answer. So Greg did mention about number plates. So unfortunately, this camera doesn't do number plates, but there is a specific number plate recognition camera from LTS that can recognize the number plate. Okay, thank you very much, guys. So all right, so Norma, you'll be in touch after the webinar in regarding to how we can get this LTS Wi-Fi doorbell delivered to you. Okay, all right, so now we move on to the question and answer sections. So I've got this question asked by Greg. So is pan tilt zoom camera available? So I'll probably give this question to George to answer.
Yes, we have a very quite a few different pan tilt zoom cameras. We have some in 4 megapixel, which there's a few different styles. They're available in a micro PDZ, which is just a small amount of zoom. I think it's 4 times zoom. More for your smaller supermarkets or even home. We also have that available in a mid-size, which is it's basically 25 times zoom and around, I think it's 40 meters or 50 meters infrared. And then we have a larger PTZ, which has got 150 meter IR, 4 megapixel, as well as an 8 megapixel ultra low light, which has got, I think, 36 times zoom. So we've got quite a few different PTZs available. We also do have more products than in our perimeter detection, which are more higher end, but they're special order. So, but yeah, yes, we do.
Thank you very much, George. So I've got another question from Greg. What's your policy for not for sale? So just so you know, on the blue chip side, we do have some demo stock that we can use to help the customer with demonstration or proof of concept. And in regarding to not for sale policy or from LTS, George, are you able to probably answer that to Greg?
If you do require some products, then yeah, we definitely can do like a one-off price for those products. Obviously, they're going to be going through blue chips, so yeah, but we definitely do a one-off pricing if you do want to have some demos for your if you got a demo room or that. We just need to sort of understand what you want to use it for, and yeah, we can facilitate something to help out.
No worries. Thank you, George. So I got one more question here from Mario. So how long is the warranty for the LTS product, and what is the process of applying for RMA for the product if the item to be faulty?
Well, great. Thank you for that question. We did touch base on this earlier, but I'm happy to reiterate it. Basically, the Platinum range is all 3 years. So 3 years warranty for our Platinum range IP cameras, TVI cameras. I don't think you guys do much in TVI, but NVRs are all 3 years warranty. The PTZs are a 2 years warranty, and the intercoms are all 2 years warranty. The accessories that we do sell are 12 months standard, like power supplies and things like that. And we do have some special order items which are 5 years, which are your higher end project cameras and various other products. But the RMA policy basically, depending on the situation, you know, if there's water damage, we do take water ingress quite seriously. We like to see some photos. You can do that all online through our website. There's an RMA section. You can submit an RMA. But if it's clearly a DOA, then we just replace the product, no questions asked, usually within the first 12 months. If it's over 12 months old, then we definitely need to sort of know when and how it was installed and whatnot. But pictures always do help our guys determine how it was installed, you know, if it's got water ingress, we definitely like to know how it was installed and where it was installed. Obviously there's some situations like the floods, cameras can't operate underwater for too long, but yeah, we have an RMA section. There's a policy, we do have an RMA policy which you can check online. If you need that, I can send that through to your Hans, and you can forward it on to your customer.
No worries. Thank you, George. So I have an interesting question here from Mark. So what does LTS stands for?
LTS, the logo. Oh yeah, the logo stands for Lifetime Security.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. So basically, it's represent the quality of the product, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah, we've been around for a long time, especially in the States, and LTS moves with the market, so we have the flexibility to also change our hardware according to what's happening in the world. So that's one of the great things when you're working with an OEM. You know, if one brand gets in trouble, we can always be flexible enough to move with the market, and that's why I asked actually the owner of LTS in the States. That was the first question I asked him, was what does LTS stand for? And he said Lifetime Security. And I found that quite interesting, because I've been in the CCTV game for 20 years now, and since I was 17, I started off with my dad, and he was in the industry for a long time, and that's one of the value propositions which impressed me, because LTS wants to be a product that's around for a long time, and that's what's reflected in the brand Lifetime Security.
No worries. Thank you very much, George. That very interesting story of the brand. So I got one last question here. Is there any integration in between the LTS intercom and the CCTV system? So maybe I can probably help answer this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, George. So I think there is integration in between the LTS intercom and the CCTV recorder. So you do have ability to stream the camera from the video intercoms to the CCTV recorder. So you can have that channel to be treated as a separate recording stream. So you can record, and it can be recorded either continuously or by motion. And that's as far as I know. So maybe make some more additions, George, if I'm missing anything.
Yeah, basically you're spot on. When you do add it onto the recorder, it basically treats the recorder as another monitor. So there is a limitation on how many screens you can put on in a single dwelling. I believe now it's increased since we're releasing an upgrade in the SIP programming to SIP 2.0, and that allows you to have more screens to multicast out to if you press one door station, it calls all the screens simultaneously. So basically, when you do add it to the recorder, it just says, okay, that's another screen. So if you've got 7 screens maximum, that's one of the screens. But not many homes have 7 monitors all calling at the same time. But yes, that's correct. And motion detection you can enable, so it records the front door as well.
No worries. Thank you, George. So that's the last question I have on the question panel here. All right, so I think that's the end of today's webinar. So thank you everyone for joining us for this webinar. I hope you all learned many things about LTS and technology. So if you do have more questions about the brand, or if you do need help from the blue chip team to help you with quoting with LTS product, feel free to reach out to your account manager or reach out to the general hotline of blue chip. So we're ready to help you. Really appreciate your time, guys, and I wish you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.